Yo, what's going on, family? What's going on, y'all? It's gonna be a quick live stream, man. Just had to come in here and I got to talk about some more playoff action, man. We got a lot of stuff going on, man. Tomorrow starts to play in, and I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see who's gonna show up, who's gonna show out. By the way, if you wanna jump in here, give your thoughts, give your opinion, you're welcome. Um, put the link in the chat in case anybody do want to come up, or you could call in. I got a call in number now that I've just added. But yeah, man, we probably gonna be doing daily live streams, talking about everything that is going on around the NBA, man. And I've been listening to all the sports shows, all the conversations, all the matchup predictions as we've been even talking about it yesterday. A lot of people saying different things, man. I feel like for the most part, you have people split on the Nuggets and Clippers series, is what I've been hearing. I've been hearing some say the Nuggets. I've been hearing some say the Clippers is going to win. When you look at LA versus Minnesota, I've been seeing mostly people saying LA. I've seen a couple of people say that Minnesota was going to win. Um, but those are probably Minnesota fans. I don't know. But for the most part, and I took a poll on my IG story, and everybody voted for the Lakers. So most people are in agreement the Lakers will get it done. As far as I was about to say Pacers, but the Pacers and the Bucks, there's a lot of people saying Indiana will win that series, but for me, I'm just looking at Damian Lillard. If Lillard is back, it could go to 7. Like if he has to miss the first 2 to 3 games, it could go to 7. If he comes back full strength, the Bucks could take that series. And I'm almost confident enough to pick the Bucks in that series. Maybe I haven't watched enough Indiana to make that statement, but it's just something about them I just don't really believe in, man. And when we look at the Knicks and the Pistons now, I know a lot of people from Detroit, and most of my people from Detroit is going with the Pistons, obviously, right? I got people that's in that area. Of course, they want to see the Pistons win. Of course, that they got their heart with Detroit, but I think some of their minds is with the Knicks. I think the Knicks, hey man, top to bottom, you look at that roster, maybe not the bench so much, but the starting lineup should be a force to be reckoned with. Now, people like Stephen A. Smith, who's from New York, he seems to be a bit worried that the Pistons could come out and do more than take a couple games. He's thinking they might could win a series if the Knicks don't show up. So a lot of respect for Cade Cunningham and what he's done. But look, man, that one has been kind of, when I ask for people's opinion, it's been kind of split on that one too. I'm hearing some Knicks, some Pistons. So to me, man, we just ready to get into this. And what I wanted to talk about on this video, who's ready for a championship run? And the reason why I asked that question is because when you look at all of these teams, let's just look at these teams that are on the screen right now. These are basically the 2 teams out of the West and the 2 teams out of the East that people believe could make a run to the finals. And to me, every single team has a flaw that could cripple them and cause them to lose. But all of these teams also have a lot of good things about them as well. Now, I've seen a lot of reports. People are saying, and I hate when people like to go anonymous and make statements and stuff and say little slick shit behind people's back and feed it to the media because he said replace LeBron picture with Sengun's. Man, ain't nobody taking Houston serious. But I seen hopefully y'all can still hear me because my computer tripping. But I seen a lot of people saying that LeBron may get exposed on defense in this postseason run. And that's just a ball of baloney. First of all, why are you saying stuff anonymous? Second, they're not gonna sit up here and have LeBron guarding the best player on the opposing team. Are you serious? And why would you say that about LeBron when Luka is a worse defender than LeBron? Even though LeBron is way older than Luka, but still play better defense than Luka. LeBron doesn't really get beat that much in the ISO, even at this age. Even JJ Redick said it. I'm not calling him a great defender, so I don't need none of y'all sitting up here getting mad. But for an anonymous source to come out and say LeBron's going to get exposed this postseason, to me, that's just slander. That's just hate because you could pick on a number of guys that could get exposed as well. Who you think going to be the primary defender on Ant-Man? We kind of talked about this yesterday, and I got to see how they're going to do the starting lineup. For me, I want it to be Finney Smith, honestly. I want it to be Finney Smith, but he's probably not going to start unless they bench Hayes. And the thing about the Lakers, they have options. If it's not Finney Smith, I wouldn't mind Vando taking that assignment. I think Vando could make it very tough for him. Now, my question to you, Justin, who's going to be the primary defender on Luka and LeBron? McDaniels, he's too light. He don't weigh enough to guard Luka consistently. I think Luka's going to take him down to the post and baby him, in my opinion. So, as far as the starting lineup with the Lakers, depending on how they run it, it's probably gonna have to start out being Rui, I guess. And I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do that starting lineup. They might make adjustments unless they go with that same five. But I want Finney Smith on them. I think Finney Smith gonna put the clamps on that man. Yeah, Finney gonna lock that dude up. Like I said, man, all of these teams got flaws. Ain't none of them perfect. All of them could get the hell beat out of them. And all of them could fuck around and get it together in advance. Now, Lakers flaws, everybody knows about the defense who started out strong and then they kind of fell off. You said Vando and Ant-Man already got a little beef, so that would be an interesting matchup. Yeah, man. I think Vando, what they beefing about? Is it from one of the previous games this year or something they got into it? But one of the matchups or one of the flaws of the Lakers, everybody knows about the defense, right? Because they started hot. Even when Luka got there, they was ranked in the top defensively. They kind of slowed down, took some L's. LeBron got hurt. Rui was out of the lineup. A lot was going on. And the defense kind of has got progressively worse. And then, with your only true big really being Hayes, that's playable. I mean, you can't play Alex Len. You can't play Trey Jemison. So you only got one center, and that is Jackson Hayes. So with that being the case, the Lakers, depending on how they show up, they have an issue defensively. They're going to have problems defensively if they sit around here and can't switch consistently, don't communicate, get beat at the basket constantly, and don't execute the game plan. Now, I don't know what the game plan exactly is going to be, but I know JJ going to have them boys rolling. I know JJ gonna have them boys ready. Yeah, why the fuck my laptop tripping? But yeah, and then when you look at the Lakers too, so we talked about size, we talked about defense. Outside of that, I don't know. I don't know what else is really a flaw. I mean, sometimes they shooting can be off, but they have good shooting. If Luka's hitting his shots, if Reeves is hitting his shots, you said they got into a shoving match the last game they played, and then Ant-Man told him, "You've been hurt for 2 years last season." Oh yeah, that is true. That's true. That's true. I remember that. I remember that. You said Rudy Gobert going to eat. Hell no. You said if the Lakers win the chip, that'll put the Lakers household at 6 rings. Facts, man. Facts. LeBron James, man. LeBron James and Bronny. Wouldn't that be crazy though for Bronny to get a chip in his first year? For LeBron James to get Bronny a chip in his first season in the league, that would definitely uh cement James household. Yeah, I know what you meant. That would cement LeBron as the GOAT if he was to get Bronny a ring on their first try or on Bronny's first year in the league. He'd be the GOAT to me. So I went through the flaws of what the Lakers have. Now let's look at some of the positive stuff that the Lakers have working for them. Okay. Obviously, offensively, they're dangerous as hell. To me, if they're clicking, and I've only seen them really clicking like this for a handful of games, it doesn't happen every game. But if Luka's clicking, doing what he's doing, LeBron's doing what he's doing, which is scoring the basketball, getting downhill, making plays for others, which, by the way, him and Luka are two of the greatest at playing that style where they dominate the ball. They get theirs and they get their teammates involved. Two of the greatest of all time, in my opinion, at playing that style. So they can control tempo. They can dictate the whole game pretty much and control the game with their IQ alone. Now, for them to be great passers, guys obviously gonna have to hit shots, make timely cuts, and do the right things. But when you got those two, and then the thing about their offense is this: LeBron's 40, right? He's gonna need a rest. Okay, Reeves, here you go. Here you go, Reeves. Here you go. Step into that role that we know you can play. Reeves has been doing it, and I don't want nobody to discount Austin Reeves. The guy has been playing fantastic, man. This dude is undrafted. Austin Reeves is undrafted, and he's found a way to play alongside LeBron and be highly effective. So the offense is just deadly, especially if all three of those guys are going. Now, I do like Jackson Hayes in there as a lob threat for a few minutes. Maybe he plays around 20 minutes, depending on the matchup. You say Reeves is the closer, in my opinion. The closer, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man. You might have to get that ball to Brian or Luke. I don't know about that. But look, man, I think they got everything, man. The Lakers got everything. Now, the rim protection, obviously, without the size, is going to hurt them. But if they can play effective small ball, I truly believe that these guys, not only are they going to win that first round series against the Timberwolves, but they're going to make a run. And let's go to OKC. OKC, they could make a run. You know, I know guys hate to hear me saying this. Hell, I hate to hear myself saying this. But I truly believe that SGA and them boys could make a run if they continue to play how they've been playing during the regular season. So we'll start with the positives for them. SGA, basically the MVP, putting up 32 a game, absolutely balling. doing his thing. Now let's go to the defense. They all guard and they young, so they not sitting up here getting tired. No, they gonna guard you all game. They can press you all game. They can slow you down. So you have an elite. You probably got one of the better offensive weapons in the whole league in SGA, and you got a top defense on top of that. So when I say that they can be beat, I don't mean to discredit them. I'm just calling it like I see it. So let's move to the negatives of why OKC could lose. Experience. And I know, Justin, you don't like to hear that. I know you think experience don't matter. But when guys haven't been there, they not going to know how to make the right plays. You know, they're not going to sit up here and just out of nowhere start doing championship things without ever making it that far. And what they have working against them is if the Lakers do happen to match up against them, Luka has already proven he can eat against them. We just seen the Lakers and OKC go at it. We just seen it close to the end of the season, right? They played each other twice within 3 days. Played each other twice with a day in between. And the Lakers dominated in that first matchup. And they only lost the second matchup. In my opinion, now I know a lot of people going to disagree. That's why I got to say my opinion. But in my opinion, the Lakers would have won that second game too, because Luka got ejected with 7 minutes to go and the Lakers had the lead. You said Lou Dort and SGA have been in the playoffs together every year since 2020. Well, how far have they gotten? Answer that. How far have they gotten? Since 2020, that's got to be cap. They've been in the playoffs together since 2020? I might have to verify that, bro. I don't believe that. For 5 straight years, that's what you saying? Hell no. Hell no. And you said together. Hell no. That ain't true. That ain't true. You just typing shit. And even if they have, let's say it's true. Let's say it's true. Where the fuck have they gone? Where have they gone? Have they been to a conference finals? Or has it been second round and less? You said people forgetting they literally was on that bubble team together. Man, that shit was so long ago. I don't know why you even bringing that shit up. That shit irrelevant at this point. They ain't gonna do shit. But and then let's get back to another flaw, and I think this is the crippling flaw of the OKC Thunder right here. This is what's gonna kill them. This is what's gonna make the Lakers step all over these dudes and stump on their grave and piss on their grave when they eliminate them. This is why it's gonna happen right here, and this is the biggest thing that I'm telling you. Right? This is what's gonna knock OKC out, and it is the fact they don't have a reliable second option. No disrespect to Jalen Williams. I'm telling you, that guy, he doesn't always show up and play, man. Especially offensively. Now, defensively, he'll probably be there. He'll probably do great. But what did I try to tell you guys the other day about defense? You can win a game by being great offensively and subpar defensively. You can. We've seen it. So don't sit up here and act like I'm lying. I'm not saying defense don't matter, but it don't matter the same as offense in the NBA. That's why they made all those rules to help the offense. Why do you think they do that? You say, how do you feel about Chet? Chet, I mean, they don't use him enough. They don't really use him enough. They don't really put the ball in his hands offensively. He pretty much just spreads out, shoots threes, and rim protects, which is fine, but he doesn't get many opportunities to really score the ball. Honestly, What is he averaging this year? It can't be more than 15 points. It can't be. Let's see. What is Chet? Let's look that up because I don't want to be on here capping. Chet Holmgren stats. Let's see. What is Chet putting up per game? Why are they showing over last 10, bro? What are you putting up per game? Let's see. Okay, so it's exactly 15 a game and 8 boards, 2 assists. I mean, we're not really, no one's really concerned. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do great in his role, but it's just OKC, how they love to play. It's through SGA, and it's through him scoring a lot. And I think what the Lakers proved in that one game where they just beat them, if you limit SGA, you slow him down, the rest of the team can be had. Don't forget to add the 2 blocks a game. I mean, I'm giving him his. I said he's a rim protector. He's gonna do that. He's gonna guard. But where was the 2 blocks a game when the Lakers beat him? So, Chet on this team, he's a third option. Who would you rather have as a third option, Chet or Austin Reeves? You said what happened that second game? That second game, Luka got ejected. We already done talked about that. You love to ignore the fact that Luka got ejected. You want to sit up here and act like that didn't happen. If Luka didn't get kicked out, Lakers was going to dub him twice in a row. In my eyes. So that's the biggest thing to me with OKC. I don't like their second option. I mean, it's not that I don't like Jalen Williams. It's just that he's not consistent. You said SGA had 40 while the Lakers was trying to lock up a playoff spot. Well, shit, you the one told me that it was meaningless. We ain't about to get into that conversation. But I don't understand how, if it was meaningless for OKC, why would they try to win? I just don't get that if it's meaningless. But the one they lost, they wasn't trying to win. I already cooked you on that, so we ain't going to go back over that. So that's what I believe for OKC. I told you the pros and cons of OKC, told you the pros and cons of the LA Lakers. Now, let's head over to the East. Let's look at Tatum and the Celtics. Now, to me, the whole time that I've been watching all of these games throughout the regular season, right, I've been saying the Celtics is going to make it out the East. I've been saying that there's nobody really on their level. Their style of play is kind of innovative because they basically all can guard, and then they spread 5 out pretty much. And I think we're going to see a lot more of this in the future where you got these teams that are everybody can shoot that's in the lineup. And then you want to put like some 3-and-D type guys and like 2 guys who can get their own basket in the ISO whenever they need to. So the way the Celtics team is built is just phenomenal, and I'm on their pros right now while they can win it all. Not to mention the run they just had last season. So they now have the experience, which, Justin, you don't think experience matters, which I don't know why. I mean, you probably, if it was Kobe or MJ, you would say they got experience. But since it's these other guys, you won't. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Tatum has been there. He's got over the hump. Don't really have a lot of pressure on him this time around. He just got to go out and play free and try to capture his second chip. They don't have many flaws offensively. They don't have many defensively. Now, I think throughout the regular season, there was a lot of games they didn't show up. Like they had some badass losses. Like I forgot some of the weak teams they lost to, but I don't think they was entirely motivated throughout the whole year. And I don't think they gave their full effort. And, sometimes they can have some lapses where they lose games where they're not supposed to. You said the Wolves beat KD, Booker, Bill last year in the first round when nobody gave them a chance to win. Bill was on the team last year? Was he? No, what? Didn't Bill just get over there? Or am I tripping? Or was he hurt? But I mean, come on now. Nobody so you think the Timberwolves are gonna make a run? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what you're trying to say? Or is you just trying to antagonize the Lakers? I know what you're saying. You trying to say they didn't have experience. What happened to them? Got cooked by Luka. Got cooked by Luka. You saying experience don't matter. It do. In a lot of instances, it do matter low key, bro. I ain't gonna lie. In some situations where a team is just they figured it out, it don't matter. But in these situations, you got like younger players. Like how old was Steph Curry when the Warriors start going on their run? How old was Steph Curry when they first won the chip? Let's look at that real quick. Let me look that up because I know you probably gonna be capping. Let's look that up. How old was Steph Curry when they started forming this little, I guess if you want to call it dynasty? Steph Curry when he won his first ring. Let's see. How old was he? He was 26 years old, bro. He was 26 years old. Experience matters, bro. What 19, 20, 21, 22, 23? You don't really see that with those guys leading teams to chip. You really don't. It's been the same guys that's been winning pretty much. Outside of Boston last year, Jokic wasn't young when he won his. Giannis wasn't young when he won his. Experience do matter, bro. You know experience matters. Steph was 26 when he won his first chip. So it took time for him to learn how to win. You said, bro, how old do you think SGA is? How old is he? I don't know. Is he 25? I'm not saying it's only experience. Part of it is experience because he didn't get there, but part of it is his team. I just went through all the scenarios. SGA is 26. I just went through all the scenarios and reasons why OKC is not going to get it done. But anyway, let's get back to Boston. Boston, now, the flaws on this Boston team, right? The reason why that they could get put out, get eliminated, get upset, whatever you want to call it. Okay, Jason Tatum, he could absolutely fold and not perform to the level that we think. Now, last year's playoff run, man, he had some ugly games in there, man. And then even during the 2022 season, I think when they went up against Golden State in the finals, man, dude just turned the ball over like he was supposed to. I mean, I don't know what was going on with Tatum. I don't know if he was feeling the pressure. He was in his head too much. But this is something that absolutely could happen. Tatum could fail to rise to the level that he should be at. And then him not getting that finals MVP, is he gonna press and try hard to get it? You feel me? Is he gonna try his hardest to sit up there and win the MVP this time and to try to prove people wrong? It's possible. It's possible that he could do that. I hope not. And then let's get to something else with the Celtics. You said, isn't the Celtics going into this playoff fully healthy? Nope, they not. And that was my next point. The Celtics they ain't healthy. They're not healthy. So Jaylen Brown is not healthy, bro. He's getting those injections in his knee. And look, I don't trust that, bro. You got a dude. You said who out? Jaylen Brown. He's not out. He's playing. Bro, look at him during these last few games of the regular season. They was managing his minutes for a reason. They wasn't doing it just for fun. They was managing his minutes for a reason. That knee, bro, you can't hoop without a knee, bro. You can't hoop without a knee. You getting injections in your knee to alleviate pain. That's a problem, bro. So I'm just pointing out that every team got flaws. You sitting up here acting like the Celtics is perfect. They're not. They're not. I mean, guys could go down with injury. I'm not going to, predict that, but I'm just saying, let's not act like Kristaps Porzingis is a reliable guy health-wise. He's not. But that's, to me, the Celtics' biggest flaw. They don't have many. I love them offensively, but when you look at Jaylen Brown not being 100, that's what I mean by not healthy. I mean he's not going to be 100. That's what I mean. I don't mean he's out. He's not 100. That knee, I'm telling you, bro, he's been playing so bad as of late, bro. And I'm the only one calling this shit out. I don't know why y'all meat riding the Celtics like this, bro. Just keep it real. Just keep it real. I'm the only one calling this stuff out. But I got to keep it honest regardless. So that's, to me, that could really derail the Celtics, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, if that knee is not all the way right for Jaylen Brown. Now, let's get to the Cavs, right? Let's get to the Cavs. Let's start with the positives for the Cavs. I mean, they've had a great season. What can I say? They've had a great season. Donovan Mitchell, I felt like he's finally got a team around him that's good enough to compete. The roster construction is great. Two, dominant centers. You said even without Jaylen Brown, I think they got an easy path to the Eastern Conference Finals. Shit, more than likely, yeah. More than likely, yeah. We gonna pull up that path right now. But yeah, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland has played a lot better. Darius Garland was an absolute shit show last season. And I think he's kind of recovered. People told me he was injured and shit. That's why he was playing so bad. But to me, I think the roster construction. Hold on, I need to drink some water. Remember that nigga David said Mitchell was holding Garland back? Bruh, I can't believe he said that shit, bruh. I can't believe he said that shit, dog. I hope he still don't think like that no more, bro. That was insane, man. That was insanity, bro. Bro, I was laughing my ass off. He started getting mad, too, because I was laughing and shit. And I was cooking Garland. I was like, man, Garland playing horrible. He didn't even use the injury excuse. He was just like, Mitchell holding him back. Mitchell shooting too much. Man, they needed Mitchell to do everything. Garland was horrible. I can't believe he said that. But like I said, it's some positives for the Cavs. I think defensively they're great. Mitchell's a great three-point shooter, great threat from out there. Garland has gotten his game together. You got good interior play. But, you said he better not because Garland was an all-star this season. Exactly. If he say that, dude out of his damn mind. If he say that this time around. That's how we know he ain't watching basketball. He just talking. But now let's get to the negatives of the Cavaliers. And I'm gonna start with this one. I just don't believe in them. Now I know that don't got nothing to do with them. That's just me. But okay, let me be serious. Let me give you some real negatives with the Cavs. Okay, I'm not a fan of the bench. Okay, I'm not a fan of the bench. The starting lineup is solid, but once you go to the bench and you got who is it, Ty Jerome, and I think Strus might be coming off the bench. He's solid. They all can shoot the ball, but Dean Wade and these guys, Okoro and stuff, I don't trust these guys in the series to consistently knock down shots. And I'm not just gonna get on the bench. I'm gonna go in on Mitchell and Garland too. They're not consistent. They're not consistent. You said you sound like Shaq when he told Mitchell live on TV he don't think he could lead a team to a chip. I mean, I kind of agree with that. Because let's be honest, this is going to be Mitchell's best chance right here to do it. This is Mitchell's best chance. If he don't get it done this year, he's cooked. He's cooked. I don't know if they're going to have the same squad next season. They brought over DeAndre Hunter to try to fill in all the pieces. And, I'm just not sure that they're going to be able to run over the Celtics. It depends on Jaylen Brown's health. You said you forgot about DeAndre Hunter coming off the bench. I thought Hunter was starting. Who they start at the 3? I thought it was Garland, Mitchell, Hunter, and the 2 bigs. If they not starting Hunter, they tripping. If they starting Okoro, yeah. If they starting Okoro, bro, I don't trust them. Strus starts? Yeah, that's bad, bro. That's bad. I wouldn't start Strus. In that situation, I wouldn't start Strus. I guess for the shooting, but man, come on, bro. Over DeAndre Hunter? A dude that damn near put up 20 a game this year? 18 a game, whatever it was? Hell no. Hell no. I don't agree with that. See, that's another reason they ain't going to win. So to me, it's experience. It's the bench I don't trust. And Mitchell, he ain't consistent enough to me. This just my opinion. I know a lot of y'all is gonna disagree with that, but that's just what I gotta say about it. I don't think Mitchell comes up big enough this year in the playoffs for them to get it done. But hey Justin, if you want to come up, bro, come up, and I want to get your predictions on these matchups to see what you got to say. I ain't gonna be on here too long. I'm probably getting off in like 10 minutes. I'm going to the movies tonight and shit, but I wanted to come in and do a quick live. But if you free to come up, you probably babysitting this shit. But if you can, I want to get your thoughts. We had a good live stream last night. Sam and Matt came up. We had a good little show. But yeah, man, and that's what I think about the Cavs. The Cavs, I just don't trust them, man. And it kind of sounds similar to some of my grudges against OKC, but I trust OKC more, a lot more than the Cavs to make it. And one of the good things for the Cavs that's working is the fact that they're in the weak Eastern Conference. So pretty much if they handle business and take care of business and they're as good as people are saying, then they should get to the Eastern Conference Finals, no problem. You said, damn, I just left to get my Chipotle. Nah, you good, dog. You good. That shit sound good as hell, though. Hey, did you get that Chipotle honey chicken? They came out with that shit. They came out with that shit, man. I tried it. I liked it. I ain't gonna cap. I liked it. It was good as hell. That shit was good. It's all good. I'm gonna probably be going live every day anyway, so we'll catch you on one of them. But yeah, man. So that's what I mean when I say who's ready for the championship run. All of these teams, right? Every team that we looking at has a chance to make a deep run, but all of them got flaws that we can see. That's why the games is going to determine how this shit is going to go. We going to see how bad these guys truly want it, because I could see every team getting knocked off, and I could see every team, well, not every team, I could see about 5-6 teams making a solid run and giving it they all and going far. So that's what I wanted to come in here and talk about on this live stream. Warriors, man, they're in the play-in. They're going up against the Grizzlies. Actually, let me look up the schedule. I think they play tomorrow. We'll probably be live for that one, depending on what time they play. I think it's at night. It's either 7:30 or 8:30. Let's see. NBA schedule. Let's see. So tomorrow, okay, we got the early game. It's going to be Hawks and Magic. That's going to be a snooze fest. And then we're going to have, what was the next one? Yeah, Grizzlies and Warriors at 9 p.m. All right, so I probably will be live for that one. That is going to be the game that I gotta tap in for. That's going to be a good one, man. Now, if the Warriors lose that one, that is horrible, bro, because of what's at stake. They lose that game, and they miss out on their ticket to go against the Rockets in the first round, which is a winnable matchup. To me, if they go against the Thunder, if they end up having to go against the Thunder in the first round, they're cooked. They're cans, bro. They're out of there, bro. But in my opinion, they can beat Houston. So they can't mess around with the Grizzlies, bro. They can't mess around with the Grizzlies, dog. I'm trying to tell y'all this. This is important for them. So we got those two games tomorrow. Hawks Magic 6:30, Grizzlies Warriors at 9, and then on Wednesday, Heat Bulls at 6:30, and we got the Kings and the Mavericks at 9. So got some good ones coming up, and then we got the playoffs this weekend. Let's see. I think the Lakers play on Saturday. Let's see, NBA playoff schedule. Yeah, I think they play on Saturday. At 7:30. So we got an early game Saturday. We got Bucks Pacers. 2:30, we got Clippers Nuggets. That should be a good one, man. I gotta see that one. And we got Pistons Knicks, and then at night, Lakers and Timberwolves, man. You said you might try that next time you got the regular chicken. Ja bringing out the strap. Yeah, man. He bringing out the grenade, bro. You know he gonna throw some grenades, but I'm telling you, man, I think we're gonna have another battle just like the Warriors and Clippers went at it. It's gonna be the same, I think, with the Grizzlies and Warriors. But I think the Grizzlies, they kind of lost too much. They lost, what's his name, Jalen Wells, to that injury that ended his season. And they lost their coach. So you filed for saying that the Magic and the Hawks are going to be a snooze fest. Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Be real. You going to be locked in for that? Be real. Be real, bro. Come on now. You already know that game ain't going to be shit for real. I mean, it might be all right, but we ain't looking forward to that shit. But yeah, that's a big game, man. That's a big game for the Warriors and Grizzlies. And that's crazy that those two teams are even in the play-in. So, but no, I stand on what I said, bro. I mean that. But yeah, man, I just went through basically the top teams to me that got a chance to win it. And I got all they pros and cons. You say the Warriors 0-3 in the play-in? Exactly. That's dangerous, bro. That's dangerous, bro. That's dangerous because if they lose this one, you said they lost to the Grizzlies one year. Didn't they lose to LA too? Who else did they lose to? I think being 0-3 in the play-in is like, ain't that the worst in the history of the of the play-in? That shit's pathetic, bro. That shit's sad, bro. That shit horrible, dog. But hey, who you got though? Who you got in that game? You got Grizzlies or you got Golden State? Who you putting your money on? Because I know you betting on it. I know you gonna bet on it. But yeah, man, these are pretty much the contenders in my eyes. Now with the West, any team could emerge, but this is who I think everybody's gonna be watching out for. Bro, I just seen this post. Anthony Edwards said, I thought we were supposed to play against Denver. What? Dude, do not be paying attention, bro. I can't believe he said that. That's crazy. All right, man. We gonna see, man. I'll be back tomorrow with it. I'll be back, man. We gonna get real in depth, man. And I want y'all to make sure y'all show up. Don't run and hide when your team take the L, man. And that goes the same for me. If the Lakers get the hell beat out of them, I'm showing up. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Now I might not be in a happy mood, but I'm gonna show up. You feel me? You said you just gonna take the over, man. You over there scared, dog. Dog over there scared. That's crazy. That's crazy. You scared like that, bro. You better man up, make a pick. It's like, no, it's gonna be a close one. It's gonna be a close one. But all right, man, I'm out of here. I'm about to go see that movie. I think it's called Drop. That shit looked like it was gonna be good, so I got to see what that's about. You said is Jimmy healthy? Kawhi need him in the die hard as hell. He gonna play, bro. He gonna play. He gonna play. I know that shit hurt, but they probably giving him the best treatment the world can find, bro. He gonna be good. He gonna be good. And then Steph ain't that healthy either with the thumb injury, but he still went off in the last game. So I don't know. But all right, man, I gotta go. I'm about to go to the movies real quick. And I'll probably catch y'all tomorrow, man. I'm gone.